Mandel. This is High School TV USA. Hello, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's nice to have you on my show.
Thank you so much.
Yes, and I apologize for keeping you waiting.
That's okay.
Yeah. So, without wasting much of a time, this is High School TV USA worldwide, where Africa are also watching. Precisely, I'm from Ghana, in our nearby countries, Burkina Faso, Togo, and Nigeria, are also watching live. And High School TV is into talent, educative stuff. So there's a reason why I contacted you because I
Okay.
was watching one of your videos last month. You are kind of motivational speaker, and I'll need you on my show because
Thank you.
yes, on my show I have the youth are following this trend now. Now how I'm happy to have you on my show. So please tell us more about you. Tell us where you're from, who you are, and what you do before we start our show.
Okay, well, thank you for so much for having me.
Welcome.
My name's Alyssa Mandel. I am the proud principal of PSIS 208. We're located in Queens, New York.
Okay.
I started my educational journey in 1994. I became a teacher.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
That's a long time.
I was a teacher for almost 10 years. Then I became an assistant principal, and I stayed an assistant principal in this building. We opened it, my principal and I together, in 2003. So I was an assistant principal starting in 2003, and then my principal retired 5 years ago, and I took over. So I've been in that building for 22 years as an administrator. And before that, I was in a different building for like almost 10 years as a teacher.
Good. And how was it to become from the position that you were and now to become a principal? How the difficultness in it?
Um,
And before that,
it's
sorry.
definitely not an easy process. For people that think they can be a principal and never be a teacher, that is not true. You definitely have to be a teacher. You also have to be an assistant principal. So I think for me, although my plan originally was to do like 10 years as teacher, 10 years as assistant principal, and then 10 years as principal. I always knew I wanted to be a leader. My dad was an assistant principal, and he did a lot of leadership, took on jobs in the district to become, when schools were kind of failing, he would
Mhm.
come in and try and, so it's like in my blood. So for me, it's like, it was a difficult journey, but it was something I always knew I wanted to do as far as, leadership. And I kind of wanted to make my own space. I wanted my space to be a space where it would be if I was a teacher. I kind of never
Yeah.
forget that.
Yeah.
And
Where,
so
where did the passion started?
where did the passion start,
Yeah,
or the process?
the process. The
You're
passion of
frozen.
becoming the principal of the
The
school.
passion of the I think so. Originally that was not my goal. My goal was not necessarily education.
Oh,
No, it was more like entertainment business.
oh, really?
Um, I wanted to perform on stage and things like that. And then when I became a teacher, I figured I could do the other stuff at night, but I fell in love with teaching. I fell in love with just making a difference. I always knew, I love people. I'm a people person. I know it sounds stupid and cliche, but I really am. I enjoy connecting with other people.
Right.
And I knew that for me, once I started teaching, that was it. And what I did was I kind of observed. I was an observer, and so I kind of saw things that I wanted to put in place when I was a leader, and I saw things that I did not want to put in place. And then I took that all together. And so being a principal for me was exciting because I could, kind of create that vision and have it come to fruition. So I love it.
Good. Okay. So, Miss Elisa, let's dive into the issue. So, my topics I want us to discuss is vision and culture. Right. So, what is your vision becoming the principal of your school?
So I think, although my vision is a little wordy, if you look at, you look at it on paper, but the gist of my vision is creating a safe space where people are seen, heard, and valued, and and respected.
Right.
And so and it's a give and take. So with that, that means that the expectation is that we are all like that in that building. And so that's my vision. And along with that, what happens is, if you have that kind of culture in a building, the kids will learn.
Right. Right.
The kids will learn.
What is the criteria of becoming a principal of a school? What is it?
So for New York City,
Mm-hmm.
so to become a teacher in New York City, you become a teacher, you need a bachelor's degree in education or in something else, and then an additional course, courses in education.
Mm-hmm.
Then you need a master's degree, and then you need 30 credits above your master's degree. And that is just to be a teacher in New York City.
Oh,
And so with that being said, a lot of times teachers, when they're going to get their master's and they're 30 above, they kind of find something that they know they're going to be interested in later on. So people might take, specialty in reading or a specialty in guidance or something like that. I did leadership. So I have a bachelor's so I have a dual bachelor's. So I have,
oh,
yeah, general ed and special ed with a minor in film and psychology. And then I have a master's degree in special ed and a master's degree in school administration.
oh, that's a lot. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a well, so my next question would be, how would you describe the school current culture, and what are your priorities of shaping them?
So for us, it may not be a popular opinion, but the culture of my building really focuses on my adults. Because the culture of your building focusing on your adults and making sure that your adults are happy and that your
Wow,
adults are being seen and heard and that they have a voice, they will do their best. And they will give their best to those kids. And that's what you want. So you want to create a culture where actually you're focusing and making sure that you're there to support the adults
that's good.
so that they will support the children.
Good. What do you do to motivate your student or and your teachers?
I think positivity and just letting them know that like we're in this together, and no matter what the problem or no matter what goes on,
Hmm.
we're doing this together, and so we can solve any problem. And so even looking at a student who maybe isn't getting it, we're the kind of school that our culture comes together and we try and figure out what we can do for this student.
Do you think your
And
school is the best?
is my school the best?
Best in terms of
Yes.
academics?
So we are actually, so we're a K-8. And so in my district, we are number one for middle school in math, and we are number two, and only like a percentage for ELA. Yes, we do really well. And I think part of why we
Yeah,
do
do
really
well.
well is because my families, my teachers, the kids, everyone has bought into this incredible, community, and we come together and it's successful. I don't lead by fear.
Yeah, yeah. No, see, like I was saying, that I was watching, going through some of your videos, and I like how you relate to your staff members, and keep it up. You see, it is psychologically you are helping them, because somebody might see you just start laughing because the way you
Yes,
are.
absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So
But I
keep it
have
up.
to tell you that, culture of fun and happiness has also gotten us through some very tough times in a school building. We've gone through, as a community, we've gone through some really difficult losses, students, teachers, but because, and family members of staff and stuff like that, but because we are that kind of community that comes together and we keep it positive and joyful, we get through it. And the learning never stops.
Yeah. Whatever
So,
you're doing, don't stop. Just keep it up. Well, so the next question, which is, what qualities do you look for in highly effective teachers and staff members? This is very
so
important.
yes. So I think for us, because first of all, when you're hiring, you always want to have a team, because you're not always going to pick up on certain things. So you definitely want that interview process or whatever to be happening with a team.
Right?
You want all those different perspectives. But I have to say that, I'm a big energy person.
I can tell. I can tell from the way you
I'm a
talk.
big energy person, yeah. And so for me, I'm like, you can walk into a room and I feel your energy already. And I
Positive.
kind of know now, will you be a good fit? I don't know. But I have to tell you, when people come in and they talk about their favorite teachers or they talk about their memories as an educate as a child or things that I know that they're taking from their experience and they're going to bring it to the kids. um because just saying that you love kids is never enough. Oh, and also dress professionally. Thank you.
I know. I like that. And that can be discipline because you can't as a principal you need to be disciplined,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Good. So now let's go to teachers and support development.
Okay.
How do you support the teaching, improving instructions and fostering leadership?
So we do it a few different ways. We look at a lot of data. So especially for our teacher observations, like right now, for example, we are in our first round of teacher observations and feedback from, walkthroughs and whatever is that we need to work on discussion. So we take that feedback through data, and that's going to drive our professional development. Other things that drive our professional development are things that we see that are happening globally in the building, like behaviors with students are very different. Very, because kids are very different now. And so we've learned that staff are not trained for these behaviors because these are new behaviors that we haven't seen before. And so getting my staff trained for crisis management and de-escalation and things like that are very important now. And so actually for the first time I've actually reached out district level because I need to get that support from my staff. And so that's how we kind of go. We have a calendar of things that we kind of know we're going to need,
Right.
special ed mandates and all those kind of stuff. But we look at data, and so that professional development calendar is like a living document. It's constantly growing and changing based on data, classroom data, student data, teacher data, observations.
Right. Hello, everyone. So, if you just joined High School TV USA, this is Lisa Mandel, and this topic is the head perspective. And she's here to lecture us how, as a professional principal, how you should go handle your student in school, how you should put things in place. And, she happens to be the best person to contact or to explain things if you don't understand. So, if you have any question, just let it flow in the comment section as well. Please, you can continue.
Can I change? I'm looking at the comment. It says, can you change the phone rules in high school? So in New York City, there's no more, in New York State, there's no more phones. Kids can't have phones, they're in pouches.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and so students are upset about that.
But so,
The adults are fine with it.
well, some adults will like their kids not to play with phones
Well,
at that age, because some are
yeah,
stubborn too.
yeah. And from a leadership perspective, everything that goes down with the phone in school, it's never good.
Yeah.
So, they're recording teachers, they're making videos in the
Yeah.
bathroom, they're making videos in the locker room, anywhere they can. So it's like TikTok is just, they want to do, so now we've created a space in my building where if kids want to do a TikTok dance, they can come and ask me and I'll do it with them.
Right. Well, yeah, it is good because I have a question which I want to prick your mind on.
Okay.
So, as a principal of a school, of a big school in New York, I think also you should also focus on that kind of session because if a student should have a phone and post anything which go against the school image, it go against you as well. And people want to go, oh, the principal didn't do the work well. But meanwhile, you've done a beautiful work. So please, maybe if you can, a way to strategize how to go about it so that none of images will go out which is going to tarnish the school image. Will be,
Right.
I'll be very happy. So let's go to my next question. Oh, sorry, you want to say something?
No. If you don't stop me, I can just keep talking. So no, don't worry.
Okay. All right. So my next question would be, what does professional development look like?
Oh, I think I just answered that. You mean
Oh,
like about the professional development? We talked about like the data. You mean like what does it actually look like? It looks
Yep.
like it, well, it's different ways. So we could do, sometimes we do intervisitations where we ask, so teachers that have with like a specific
Mm-hmm.
issue in their classroom or a best practice that they want to learn how to get better at, we would do an intervisitation. So a teacher would go visit another teacher's classroom. So that's one way we do professional development. Another way is having outside companies or vendors. So if we use, so for example, New York City uses something called HMH for literacy and phonics. And so if we have HMH programs, sometimes their people will kind of give us, my teachers, a professional development on the program. Then we can have professional development where we have teachers go out to workshops and then they'll come back and they'll turnkey the information to the staff. We have team meetings, we have
Mm-hmm.
department meetings, and also the professional development is sometimes driven because those meetings, again, I look at what is said in those meetings, and then I give my assistant principal feedback, and then he's giving the teachers feedback, and that's how professional development is born also, because then I realize, wait a minute, something's not right. So,
Right. But you are popular. 'Cause you are popular. I watch quite your videos. I wanted you are popular in your school. I want to ask you, are you the principal that your student or your student will say, oh, Miss Lisa is very disciplined, strict? Are you that person?
no. I have very high expectations, and I think that because I have such a good relationship with everybody, I'm gonna say 99% of everybody, it's almost like this thing where people don't want to disappoint me. So it's almost like, but I don't have to be that. Again, I don't lead by fear, but I'm strict in a way. They know what my expectations are. And so, people like fall in line.
What have you done to improve the school ever since you took place as a principal?
I think for us, the thing that I really, when I took over as principal, one of the things I really wanted to look at was special education evaluations that were being, or referrals for students in kindergarten. I felt like there were certain students throughout the years in the building who kind of were referred for special education when there were other things we could have done first. And so that was kind of a push for me to really look at every student individually and try to figure out, like, why aren't they getting it? What can we do? Because when a kid doesn't get it, it's us, it's not them,
Right, right.
right? We just haven't figured it out.
What is your take on talent?
On talent,
Yes.
oh my God. Well, I'm all about multiple intelligences.
Really?
I truly believe everybody is not a super genius in academics, but we have super geniuses in the arts, in music, in sports, in technology, in cooking, in culinary, in just, there are people that have kids that have strengths in other things other than
Mm-hmm.
math and ELA. And so I am all about that. That's why in my building we always say that we educate the whole child. Before it was popular, we were saying we educate the whole child because we need to make sure that socially, emotionally, if they're not socially and emotionally ready, they're not going to learn.
Yeah, that's true.
They're
That's true.
just
Because
not. We can make believe that they will, but they won't.
no one,
They
yes.
won't, because what happens is, like, they go into, and this is for everybody in a school building.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm constantly in fight or flight, where my brain is like, where I'm walking on eggshells, I'm not thinking about doing my best. I'm thinking about not getting caught doing something that somebody else thinks is wrong. And so my leadership team in my building, we don't lead like that. It's never I gotcha. It's that everybody is comfortable in being themselves, and improvement is constant.
As a principal, you know, what important measure do you take in terms of safety in the school?
Safety, safety is our priority, always, always. And so we have safety meetings every month. Once a
Mm-hmm.
month, we have a safety meeting where everybody in the community comes together, including our family, like our PTA, our Parent Teacher Association president, safety, custodial, everybody. And we're constantly talking about physical safety in those meetings for the most part. Um, making sure that our students evacuation drills, like making sure we're up to date, making sure that we're at 2 minutes to get out of the building instead of three, like things like that. Making sure that everybody knows the difference between lockdowns and holds and everything. And then also talking about our emotional safety and making sure that everybody is emotionally safe.
Right.
Meaning that everyone feels comfortable. I always do like a temperature check in the morning. I'll stand in the lobby, and as kids come in or like everyone's coming up in the morning, I'm always
And
out
that's
there
you?
saying good morning and making sure and seeing like what's today going to look like. Because we have some regulars. I kind of know in the morning. I'm like, uh-oh, are you good today? You know. So,
It's like the Pope checking the congregation.
yep. hmm
Right. What is your population in the school?
We have 640 students.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, our ethnicity is broken down probably 85% Black, African American, and Indian, Asian. We have probably 0% Caucasian.
What is your leadership style?
Collaborative, for sure. I
Well,
need I
I
need a
like,
team. I need a team around me.
I like that.
Yeah.
So let's go to the next question. Yeah, I like your interview, and I like your this
Thanks.
you're really
Thanks.
you're really entertaining.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
Thanks.
I'll ask my next question is what are the biggest opportunity and challenges facing the campus right now?
I think in all honesty, it's always funding because I'm not a Title One school, and as a Title One school, you get a lot more funding. So funding and getting parents to like be on board, honestly. I think those are our biggest challenges. Funding um and just getting everybody listen, kids are very, very different now. From when I started, kids are very different and we have to change. And a lot of times, like the adults are not willing to change. So and when I say adults, I mean teachers, admin, parents. And I think for us, that's the biggest challenge is getting everybody to realize like nobody's coming to save us. We got to do this ourselves,
Right.
you know?
How do you support or finance your team? I believe your school has a chair team, right? How do you finance them? How do you support them?
How do I support them?
Yeah.
I'm always making sure that everyone is okay. That's the first thing, and then making sure that they have what they need, and then also not letting anything go. So my team knows that if I see something that they're not doing in the correct way or could be done in a more efficient or I kind of doing this for such a long time, I kind of know what can happen like 10 steps down. And so I try to be proactive. And if I see they're on the wrong track, I try to kind of just gear them back. I'm very big on law, so educational law,
Hmm.
because those are the things that will get you fired.
Right.
Um, there's certain things. And so I always want to make sure that they know that support is coming from wanting everyone to do their best, wanting the kids to be at their best. So
And then what does a successful first year look like for
as a principal,
someone? Yeah.
So I think a successful first year would be that you come out of that first year knowing your people. Like having relationships with your people, making the connections, knowing their strengths and weaknesses. Spend that first year building those relationships. Don't go in and change a million different things because that's not your place yet. You want to start slow. And so I think the sign of a successful first year would be that people trust you, period.
Right. Right. All right. This is the head perspective. and I have with me Lisa Mandel. I hope I pronounced the name correctly.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Thank you.
as a matter of fact, she has explained all the topics, all the questions that I answered her. I'm pretty sure that my followers and listeners are also okay, conversant with what you just said. Um, I hate to say goodbye to all my guests that come on my show because I'm enjoying your talk show seriously. And I'd love to have you on my show next.
Thank you.
But then, before I let you go,
Yes.
what are the things that you are doing that other school principals are not doing that's making your school going and going and going and going and going?
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a lot, right?
I do a lot of things that I think other principals don't do. I allow my kids and my staff to have free reign in my office.
Right.
Like they can just walk in. I have a million different kids that walk in at the end of the day just for a treat or to say hi or like I get a morning hug and my teachers the same thing. Um, I also am all about joy and celebration. So celebrating the small things. Um, I bring my dog to work. Shh.
Wow, I told you she's very interesting. You know, the one
Yeah.
thing that which I can I chip in? How do you take admission first years? Maybe if
So we are just a school choice. So you can apply to us through kindergarten. Like in New York City, you have to apply to kindergarten, and we are a K to 8. So the hope is that you come for kindergarten and you stay. Our kids in in the middle school grades do a lot better than freestanding middle schools because we learn
Mhm.
who our kids are early and we make sure they get what they need as they go up
All
through the
right.
grades. So,
So, coach, before I let you go, I'd like you to tell me or tell us how people can reach you if people want to find you, and your best advice to your students, your teachers, and those watching. And Christmas is coming.
yes.
Let it go.
Christmas is coming and I just made a video before this like telling parents like stop telling your kids you're going to take away Christmas because you're not going to follow through and then they're not going
No,
to believe anything you say.
no,
So
no.
stop saying that. I would say I would say just you know the holidays are always a hard time. Give people grace, give yourself grace, make sure that you're creating a space in your building that, again, is safe for everybody, whether they are coming in happy, whether they're coming in sad, just be there to support everybody. And I'm almost going to guarantee that
Yeah,
no matter what, if that's what you have, if you have trust as your foundation, where
right.
people know that they can trust you no matter what, whether it's good or bad, to tell them the truth, that your kids will succeed. Your
Facts.
kids will succeed. And so joy and trust.
Right. That's good. And how can people reach you?
So people can reach me a few ways. So I am Principal Mandel, obviously on Instagram. And then on TikTok, I have a pretty big following on TikTok. I am Mommy Curls with a Z. MOMMYCURLZ. And if Principal Mandel on Instagram, you can see all my school shenanigans and like all the stuff that we do. We have a lot of fun. Um, and yeah, so you can follow me. Please
Right.
share. I appreciate it all. This is my retirement plan.
All right, lovely viewers. Thank you for joining High School TV USA. And the topic was the head perspective. And she just said she's Lisa Mendel, the principal. And my last advice to those also watching is that Christmas is coming. Please play safe. And Coach Mendel, sorry, Principal Mendel, I'd like to have you on my show next time because,
Sure.
and I always promote your videos as well in your school
Thank
because
you.
so far you promote your school is in somewhere in Africa, worldwide.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Bring me there. I want to see it. I actually visited China to see how schools are.
Oh, that
Yeah.
that reminds me. What does it take for a school in Africa to have an action program here in the United States of America?
What do you
Maybe in
mean?
your
What do
school.
you mean an action program?
An Asian program. What I mean is that they're having a program, education program, it's the talent show, right?
Okay.
I'm gonna make an example. High School TV Ghana, you have High School TV USA. So High School TV Ghana is basically into talent fishing.
Well,
And
I have a very close Ghanaian like connection.
oh,
One of my teachers for very many years, Jerry Oku, he is like very involved and he goes back and forth.
okay,
And
okay,
yeah, and so he's very involved in education there as well.
right. So I think
Um
that I will just
we could connect.
talk to you inbox and we
Yeah,
take it from there. That will
definitely.
work.
Definitely.
Yeah. I appreciate once again for coming on my show.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. And people, please follow her. If you
Thank
want the
you.
best advice from principal, she's the best one to follow. Don't go for anyone. She's the best one. Love
Thank you.
that.
Sports and entertainment. We
What he
cheer each
said.
other on.